What's up guys, Earl here for Good Tech, and I've been using the iPhone X as my daily driver for almost a week already, and my experience so far has been surprisingly good. You can get one of these brand new for around 28,000 pesos, but secondhand, you can get it for as low as 15,000 pesos. So it got me thinking, is it a better choice than a current gen mid-range Android smartphone? Let's check it out. The iPhone X has a pretty small form factor but with a full view display, thanks to its drivers tucked underneath the display to achieve this edge-to-edge panel. The iPhone X feels premium and sturdy because of its stainless steel build. Compared to some mid-range smartphones these days, most of them are made out of a polycarbonate material that can sometimes feel flimsy. Thanks to its full view display, the iPhone X can still provide an immersive media consuming experience thanks to its OLED panel that also provides deeper contrast with vibrant colors. The display may not have those flashy 120Hz refresh rates, but this kind of OLED quality is something you just cannot find in a mid-range Android phone. The iPhone X was second to the last iPhone that has a 3D touch technology. Like what I said on my iPhone 6s Revisited video, I am actually missing this feature. Sure, the newer iOS version integrated this feature called haptic touch, but 3D touch feels faster since it reacts to your fingerprint's pressure compared to just tapping certain buttons and waiting for it to trigger. Aside from the display, it also has a stereo speakers, a front-firing one and a downward-firing one, which is also something that is rare to find in a mid-range Android smartphone. This setup produces more balanced highs and mids with an ample amount of bass. The iPhone X packs an A11 Bionic chipset with Apple's 3-core GPU coupled with 3GB of RAM. Back when it was released, Apple promised desktop-grade computing capabilities, and the iPhone X has a blazing fast performance. Of course, it is an Apple flagship. The A11 Bionic can still keep up and even outperform mid-range chipset like the Snapdragon 755G and the MediaTek Helio G90T, as you can see in these benchmarks. But the real advantage here is in the software support. Look at the Samsung Galaxy S8 or even the S9. These devices were iPhone X's head-to-head contender back in the day, and aside from the quick price drop, these devices were at least 2 years behind the new Android versions. On the other hand, the iPhone X still got 3 more years of software update support and runs on the iOS 14 without any significant issues. Yes, I ditched my iPhone 11 Pro Max for a week and used the iPhone X. To my surprise, it can handle everything, from Lightroom editing to doing PubMeds, video editing to playing graphically intensive games. This device is still a beast when it comes to performance. The unit I got has the 64GB of storage, and this might be small to some people, but for me it is enough. I can store all my basic photo and video editing tools and my other work-related apps. Cloud storage solutions like Dropbox, iCloud, Google Drive, and Google Photos are also a no-brainer nowadays, which can further help you save space. For security, the iPhone X was the first iPhone to have Face ID as a form of biometrics, and even today, Face ID is the golden standard for facial recognition. Granted, it doesn't work very well with face mask, however it works just as intended when I'm at home. The scope is not as wide as my iPhone 11 Pro Max is, but still it unlocks fairly quickly. Powering the iPhone X is a 2716 mAh battery with support for 15W PD fast charge. This is one of the aspects where the iPhone X just cannot compete with modern mid-range Android smartphones. Using it to do heavy tasks drains the battery quickly, and I need to charge it at least 4 to 5 hours, and this is bad considering that this iPhone still has 91% battery health. Compare that to a modern mid-range Android smartphone with a 5000 mAh batteries with 60W fast charging. This made the iPhone X a little behind the competition. On the camera side of things, the iPhone X has a 12-megapixel main camera with an aperture of 1.8, coupled with a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with an aperture of 2.4. For front-facing camera, it's got a 7-megapixel selfie camera with an aperture of 2.2. Comparing these two images, the iPhone X's photo looks a little bit more contrasty with dark color compared to the iPhone 11 Pro Max's bright and colorful images. The dynamic range, on the other hand, is better on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but the iPhone X held up pretty well. Checking out the Huawei Nova 7 5G versus the iPhone X's photo, images looks more vibrant and contrasty on the Nova 7, while there are some scenarios where the iPhone X also produces the same, but it gives more true-to-life colors as compared to the latter. Moving on to the iPhone X versus the Samsung Galaxy A42 5G, image quality comes out a little pinkish on skin tones and a little pale or sometimes oversaturated colors in some scenarios because of the post-processing going on the Galaxy A42 5G. The iPhone X might not have those fancy features like night mode or an ultra-wide lens, but the iPhone X can still produce quality images, plus it can record 4K up to 60 frames per second, which is impressive. Now, to conclude this video, for pricing, again, the iPhone X will set you back 27,999 pesos for a brand new one, but if you don't mind getting a second-hand unit, prices can go from 20,000 pesos even as low as 15,000 pesos, which is a steal. In my experience, the iPhone X can still perform pretty well in 2021, and although there are some occasional lag and slight battery health issues, it is bearable. But the question is it better than a mid-range Android device? Yes and no. Yes, because compared to Android software support, iPhones have the advantage of keeping you updated on the latest iOS version for at least 6 years, as compared to the 2 years you typically get on a lot of mid-range Android smartphones. You get a decent camera, no flashy features like night mode or an ultra-wide lens, but it can still give you quality images. And of course, a performance that is up to par by today's standards. But at the same time, no, because it might not be as future-proof as mid-range devices with 5G connectivity, any better battery capacity with much faster charging speeds. But at the end of the day, the decision is yours to make. What do you guys think about the iPhone X? Are you willing to trade in your brand new mid-range Android smartphone for a 4-year-old flagship? Let us know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. This has been Arel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.